Let's talk about the horn, bro. The nickname, bro. Like, where's the name coming from? Who came up with the name?
Ekas, you know, all of our nicknames
Why
come
the
from
horn?
Ekas.
Why Inja?
Wincha Polo, man.
Oh.
Wincha Polo. Wincha Polo. So it's the same thing in Afrikaans where we're saying, no, he's the horn, you know, you're the top dog. So I got that nickname by my friends in Recha Park where I grew up, Ekasi.
Yeah.
And I took that nickname with me throughout my career. With the celebration as
well.
Just how can you forget the celebration?
All along, since Ulintwana.
Yes, since Ulintwana. Since. And the celebration as well. Ekasi, we came up with the Estratin, we came up with that celebration. And I took it with me throughout the years. You know.
So this celebration has always been there from young?
Always been there from young.
What did it mean? What did it mean?
It means I'm untouchable. You can't touch me. You know, also like the John Cena one where you say, you know, you can't touch me. Yes. You see, so it goes hand in hand, like, you know, hand in hand. You know, I'm untouchable. You can't touch me. We came up with that together with the nickname by the Horn.
All right, bro. Now we're getting straight into the questions and whatever. Like, you know, we go 30 minutes before my producer, like, you know, hits me up. You know what I
can already
so
see.
Transition about coaching. Like, bro, like you played at the highest level for 20 years and whatever. How was the transition from being a coach and now you're sitting on the line, you coaching these boys? That transition, how's that been with you?
Just I don't sit. I stand.
What?
I don't sit.
Serious?
I'm in the game. Just I don't sit. I stand. Just when I sit, I feel awkward. I feel weird when I sit. I wanna be there on the touchline.
You shout?
I shout. And
what?
The poor photo official always says to me, "Sorry, coach, back, coach, back into your."
You shout, you.
Just I shout. Oh, you know, you haven't seen me.
Yeah,
shout.
That's why I'm like, no, I'm shocked. Like, what?
Just, you know, football is a game of emotions, and when the emotions get triggered, you have to, you know, at least put some aggression out there, you know. So I do shout, and this transition was actually swift, It was actually swift. So during my recovery, Coach Stuart, which is also one of my mentors, you know, and a big brother to me.
Yeah.
He automatically felt that my presence in the dressing room needs to be there. So during my recovery, he actually spoke to the management as well that I have to travel with the team.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And during that time as well, I said to him that I want to become a coach and I'm already on my KFC at that time.
You told him already or it was just something that you're thinking of?
I told him already.
Yeah.
Then he says, wow, bravo, Bernard. You can come sit with us in the you don't only have to sit with the players, you can come sit with us in our technical meetings and stuff like that.
It's before training, like you sitting with them. You change it with the management.
Yes, but I'm a player.
You're probably thinking like, you know, like we always see these things like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, our players are, you know, they would always see things like that and find excuses. But then you would sit with me, you know, and then you would sometimes be harsh on certain players and say, this one, why must I always play this one? This one. I said, coach, but also you have to understand. This one's whatever. So I was playing some kind of a role also within the technical team in terms of how to calm the coach, you know, in some instances, you know. I think I was good in that way because I understood the South African culture. I understand the South African culture and the South African mentality.
Yeah.
And remember, Coach Stuart is a European coach. So at certain things, I would have my opinion in terms of my understanding of the players' mentality. So I would voice here and there and give opinions here and there. And then I just kept going with the team. And then from there on, he showed me, he was so open and honest with me. He showed me the periodization. He showed me how to conduct.
I used to hear a lot of that. Period what?
Periodization.
I used to hear that a lot. Like, you know, Coach Stuart used to talk about that a lot.
Yes, exactly. You know, in terms of preparing for the weekend, how to conduct sessions. What do I need to consider? Also, I need to portray my message also over to the players. You know, he taught me a lot, and he was very open to it. And when Coach Ashley Makanya said he won't continue the DDC, you know, the chairman, the coach had a talk with the chairman. He said, "Hey, here's Parker here. Why not?" And the chairman,
you no experience, bruh.
Yeah,
at that point.
And the chairman immediately says, "Yes, definitely." And then from there on, I went and also watched the DDC matches. I watched the last 6 matches of the DDC home here in Takane. And from there on, I also got to do my notes in terms of how the first team plays, and because I have to make sure that the DDC plays the same way. Yes, same way like the first team type of players.
Were they doing that with Makanya, Coach Makanya? Were they playing the same way as the first team, or he was playing different?
He wasn't playing exactly like the first team. It was similar, but not exactly like the first team. So
Which
I had to. Yes. So I think maybe that's why we didn't get much of the players coming from the DDC. Maybe I don't know, but I get to understand that I have to do everything the same as what the first team.
Of course, that's how it's been done all over the world. Yeah.
Exactly, same periodization, same training methods, same everything that I had to do. And under the leadership of Coach Siad, we'll have weekly meetings as well. And then the chairman said, definitely, Bernard, you can take over. Maybe because of also my experience, because remember over the years I've also helped players and developed the players, personally, make sure that they get into academies, and then from there on mentor them. And
you did that most of the while you're still playing?
Yeah, while I'm still playing.
You talk so well about the Coach Ramovic.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with you and him? Like, how's that connection? Like, how's that guy, bro?
That guy is my guy.
That
guy is my guy. I still believe, and I can say it now on this podcast, that if Coach Ramovic would have get that Kaizer Chiefs gig, the team would be flying by now.
You'd vouch for him?
I would vouch for him. The team would be flying by now. Just that person does not lower his standards. It does not take any mediocrity. Mediocrity.
Yeah.
It does not take any just normal things. You always have to be at a certain level. His training sessions are so designed, it's so intense, designed, and when the training sessions are so intense designed, that intensity comes out in our games. That's why have you seen with Galaxy, have you seen last season and the season before how we played in terms of our intensity?
Yeah. Just like 90 minutes is like crazy. Like you guys just keep on running.
We just keep on running. And mind you, we don't run a training. These things are designed, everything ball work takes me back to Coach Tetu Mitro, may his soul rest in peace. Everything ball work, but high intensity. That's why we got to sell 5+ players every year to top teams, because he can get any player to his best. He can get a good player to a great player, or a normal player to a good player. And even if you do leave the club and you go elsewhere,
pick it up. They can see.
You can see that guy take no. Can I swear on here?
Yeah. Like,
he take
bro,
no
like
bullshit.
This podcast, I mean, it's all the oldies that are watching this.
He take no bullshit. And he records his training sessions. This guy is so crazy. He watches training sessions when he gets home. Tomorrow, he'll bring you today's training sessions. It will be cut tonight, and then tomorrow he'll come and show you.
Where you went wrong, or when our pet.
Just look here from your home up. Your legs are just going here. Look, where's your pants under your bum? Look, this and this is happening. Just this is the bad reflection on the squat. Next time, I don't want to see this. I want everybody to be professional from the warm-up. professional. Even if you are older, the likes of Bernard Parker, the likes of Vuyomere or Lindo Mbata, they are older guys, but they do pre exercises before they start training. So if you feel like you didn't warm up enough, or you feel like you are slow in a warm up, then why don't you join these guys and do your injury prevention exercise or your pre-workouts before you warm up? That's it. And he kept those standards. Anybody that lowers the standards, he tells you straight in the meeting room. He warns you. Then afterwards, he'll show you again how far you've progressed or whatever. Then he tells you, my brother, I'm sorry. Go see the chairman. But
You're done.
You don't have a place here in the team anymore.
Are you serious?
No matter how good you are.
Bro, like if you had to compare him, you worked under a lot of coaches. If you had to compare him with any coaches, I know besides that, he's a mentor and whatever, in what number would you put him at with most of the coaches that you've worked with?
Yo, just to put me on the spot here now. I can't answer that question.
I know you're saying he's the best. I understand he's your mentor and whatever. You've worked with a lot of great ones.
Okay, as a young coach, as with all the young coaches that I work, as a young coach, he strives for growth for himself and for the team. And he's a winner. If he doesn't win a match, at least he wants to win in seeing the next player get a bigger contract.
Snap! So he's one of those. I've seen a lot of coaches that get mad because you're getting paid so much money.
No,
you get benched because you're getting paid so much money. So he's the opposite.
He's the opposite. Maybe because he's got
European.
Money. Yeah, European. He's got money. He's got holiday homes and on all of that. But he wants the player to get deservedly better money.
That's good.
Better money and go and make a difference in his life and his family's lives. So he's the type of guy that pushes you to that extreme. And from all the young coaches, I would say that I worked with, he's number one. And then from the
senior citizens.
The senior citizens.
Who would you rate?
The senior citizens, I would rate Steve McLaren. Steve McLaren came to FC20 in his first year, and he also signed me as well. And he got to make out of a just a normal good squad. He made us champions.
What year was this? What did he say?
This was in 2009.
That was the only trophy that
2009, 2010 season.
That's the only champions, championship they've ever won since. That was the last one they won.
Yes. So that was the only league title.
Yeah.
That the club has won in over their 50 years of an existence. So we are basically the golden generation of FC20.
You are still celebrated till today then?
We still celebrated until today. We also qualified for Champions League for the first time ever. For FC20, and then since then the club didn't qualify for they have played Champions League after that as well. So basically there's a person here that sits in front of you that's from the golden generation in a European country.
So P, who ignited this fire out of you? This football fire out of you? Who's the person that literally made you fall in love with the game?
Just I would say mom. There's this time that it touched me a lot where mom had to make a decision that she'd either buy me school shoes or soccer boots. And I kicked my school shoes so finished by playing soccer on the tar at school. Then I had to wear my church shoes to school. And then bakwara la pe school
It's a quite
with Amo Crocot and Jones yako. And then my teacher got me a trial at the School of Excellence. And
how old are you?
I was 13. I was 12, turning 13. And
son's age.
Yeah. And it's a very, very, very crucial age, sensitive age.
Grade 7.
Yeah. And then he said to me, go tell your mom that you need soccer boots because I never had soccer boots, and you tell your mom that you need soccer boots because you need to go for this trial. And I went to my mom and I said, Mom, I need soccer boots. And she says, but no, I've been saving up for you for your school shoes. No, I must buy soccer boots. You had to choose. You want soccer boots or school shoes. Then you can continue going to school with your Crockett and Jones or barefoot. Because sometimes I would just go barefoot because I could see other children go barefoot. So it was like
Koskela. P, what are you talking? What? Serious?
Just back in those times,
It
it was like normal.
There was no brainer. Like,
yeah. Plus, I'm from the east. From the east. We on the outskirts. So for us, it was normal, to go barefoot, and also to save me from the embarrassment of being teased, with the
church shoes.
Yes.
But first of all, let me ask you: did you even know the School of Excellence by then when they would say you're going for trials?
Nothing. I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know nothing about it. And then Mom said to me, "Okay, I said the school shoes. I told her, Mom, I need the school shoes just to save me from embarrassment." And then she said to me, "Okay, that's fine. Friday because she got paid on Friday. On Friday when she gets back from work, she'll come with it." Just a year, Mom comes back home with Argentinas.
No way, bro. Like, yeah.
Yes, it's just that I was Mom. She says, "My son, I want you to go for that trial." So she believed in me before I could believe in myself. Because I was like, I didn't know about the School of Excellence, soccer, it's just Nje. So she believed in me before I could believe in myself. Since then, because I've seen the struggle that she went through, growing up in the shack and leaving home early in the morning and coming back home late, because of transport issues as well. So that struggle built that fire inside of me, that character, that built inside of me. I made it at the school. Even sometimes at the school, she would tell me, we had 3 weekends where we can go home once a month. And just, no, you're not coming home. You have a better bed there, sleep there, stay there. And
you went for trials. They liked you. Day one.
Day one, immediately. Day one.
Now, Mom doesn't have to pay for school fees anymore.
And doesn't have to pay for school fees, doesn't have to pay for uniform, nothing, for food, blah, 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 nothing.
How did that make you feel, bro?
Still today, I repay her for that. When I got my first contract, sorry, just before I'm taking you back now. When I got my first contract at Benoni United.
It's okay, bro.
At Benoni United. Yeah. I gave him my whole salary. I just said, Mom, I just wanted 1,000 rand for me to buy myself something nice, because the chairman would give us taxi fare on a daily basis. Yeah, we would get taxi fare on a daily basis. I just said, I just want 1,000 rand a month so I can at least spoil myself. And I give him my whole salary. Then when I got to Tanda, Royal Zulu, now I'm earning a bit better money.
Yeah, you guys were getting paid apparently. The bag was bigger there.
Yeah. Then I immediately said, I'm not going to do anything with this money. I bought my mama house immediately. I bought my mama house.
With the signing on fee and everything?
Not even, just actually how it happened was the bank told me that I can qualify for a bond.
For a bond, yeah.
That time, the lady was explaining to me that I can qualify for a bond. And then she explained to me, if this house is so much, this is how much you'll pay. If that house is so much, this is how much you'll pay. And then I got to choose a house that cost 540,000 at that time. And then my bond was, and then I put a deposit down, and then my bond was 4,500.
She's never had a house in her life.
She's never had a house in her life. And then Mom had her own house. So I forever repay my mom, because she ignited that fire inside me, and ever since she kept that fire burning.
At what point did you realize that you were better than your friends in football?
I think the community. I think I'm a cheater. Abu Grootman. Abu Grootman, they were saying, hey, you are a very good player, whatever. And then I would try Izinja. I'm like, hey, winner. No.
So you were like really skillful, like you're crazy.
I was crazy. And the good thing about it is my friends, they would actually amp me up and motivate me, he's going back to the school. And then when I come back, I come back from the school.
Snap. So you were like that child of like your community, like they loved you. They knew that you were the best.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something. Tanda's really royal. At Sundowns, we played against you.
Yeah.
I scored against you guys, right? Like I think we beat you guys like what? 2-1 or 4-1 or I don't know what. There was a penalty there.
It was
that
5-2.
Yeah.
It was 5-2 at Attridgeville.
You still remember Oronshaila Kachibo?
Ish.
I'm like, this guy. That's all I get Chivo. So, but I've never seen like, you are not that type of guy, or you know, like, when Skara plays, he's always doing all this stuff. You were not like that. You were more direct.
Correct. Yeah.
So, but Coca, I see you were more like a showboating type of player.
True, yes. Like a showboating type of player, doing my skills and whatever. But then when I got to the school, I think the school taught me, how to be effective. And that I just inherited and being and affecting the game, playing and affecting the game got to me. And immediately when I graduated, I was direct.
Yeah.
I was direct.
So when you tell me that you were like showboat, I was like, no, I've never seen that. But I knew, you could like turn left or right because you can use. A lot of people don't understand it. You can shoot both feet. Yeah.
At the school, Josta, I'm left-footed, strong left-footed. At the school, you had your own ball. So in your room, you have to wash your ball. You have to look after your ball. Even when at training, you kick your ball over the fence. You have to go fetch your ball.
What are you talking about, bro?
So in my room, just against the wall, pa, 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 with my weak foot, which was the right foot, pa, 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 pa. Even using the wall, tap, 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 pa, pa, pa. Just my weak foot became my accurate foot. That's why you could see I could score free kicks and all of that with my right foot. It became, it was weaker, but it became more accurate than my strong left foot. Just because of me having that ball in my room. That's how it happened.
Are you serious?
Seriously, so I was focused. The boy was focused.
Of course, man. Like, you don't want to leave Kukung anymore.
Exactly.
I mean, that's you made your debut for Lili Benoni United. Still remember that first game? Tell me, okay, how was the salary? Let's talk about this. I like talking about this. What is the salary, bruh? And do you remember the first game?
I remember the first salary. I remember that time it was 3.5. 3.5 in the NFD. Yeah. That was my first salary. Maybe because I was also a youngster. I was also 18 years, youngster. And
who was in that team?
And as time went on, I got increase because of performance. It was performance based, and then I got increase. And then in that team was
like
my brother.
Yeah.
Tepo,
your brother?
My brother Tepo.
Oh, Masile. One of the best left backs, like crazy.
Yeah.
Who else? Come on, you gotta name those players. Come on, you gotta come up with.
Hey, Tepo Masilela, Katleho Loke, Ivan Mshambi, Julai Masangu, Tabo Mabaso, Obino Kafo. We were just
all those players ended up being big players.
All of those ended up playing at good clubs. I think it was only me and Tepo that made it at national and international level. But I think we were, as our chairman said at that time, we were the Real Madrid of NFD.
Yeah, that was crazy playing against you guys. Like all the skillful but more effective type of play.
Yeah.
True, and it was difficult playing against you because you guys had so much confidence.
So much
for
confidence.
Youngsters.
Yes.
I remember we played a friendly with you guys. And
you used to always want to play.
Yeah, because and we see these kids they're all coming at us, and we're like, who are these boys? Crazy, man. Hence I wanted you to like tell me the players that came out of there, because like a lot of people don't understand where you come from.
Yeah.
From a 3,000 rand player. Yes. We're not going to talk about what you ended up getting. And then you ended up like, obviously like a Tanda. How did that Tanda Zulu Royal deal come up? Did they see you? Like, did you play against them? How did they see you?
How it happened was Benoni got sold. The chairman said to us that, when you got to PSL, he said to us, hey guys, we don't have a sponsor, this club is self-sustainable, now that we're on this level, there's a lot that I have to do. And I think for the best for you guys, because I only want the best for you guys, because we started to have problems as well, Yeah. Then he said, for the best of you guys, I have Europeans that wants to buy the club. So as I'm saying, it's best for you guys, because now you guys will even have better salaries what you have now, even though you're still in the PSL. And then we got sold, and then the team got renamed Thunder Royal Zulu. And then
it was the same team.
Same team, yes. Then we had to relocate to Durban, from Joburg to Durban. And then Thunder reinforced the squad.
What did you guys have, bro? Let me hear this squad. The salary was crazy, apparently.
Hey. And then Sepe Masilela and July Maslango didn't make they weren't part of the deal.
Why? Because they were going overseas, or what is going on?
Yes, because he wanted to sell the July and Tepo. So he sold Tepo to Maccabi Haifa, and then it took long to sell July. So when we made the transition to Thunder, they appointed me as the captain. Because I was the informed player. I was the informed player, and then they appointed me as the captain. And then you know what happened, Josta? Peter Ndlovu got signed to us. Bennett Mguni, Ishmael Maluleke, Clement Mazibuko, Chapu Motale, Skara even came, Seshuoa even came.
What?
I think they just came for their package.
Because apparently I hear like the packages were nice there.
Hey, you know, I think we got an increase of maybe 150% increase from what we used to earn, you know, and that's why we attracted the big names to come and help us and assist us. And now I have to captain all these big guns now, players that I used to watch.
Yeah, but no captain yet, Clement Mazibuko and Peter Ndlovu. No, Kimangana Bennett
Nguni.
What?
Hey, when even if I try and tell him something, if you captain
Makrotman.
Tambala, Makrotman. But then the thing is, they embraced my captaincy, and I embraced their leadership, because I used to be experience. Yes, I used to be a listen boy. I used to listen to everything that they would say. They would suggest things. They would come up with things. I was basically just a face. Just the face. And I got that support from them. That's why I had such more of fire in terms of producing for the club. And yeah, that was Thunder Royal Zulu, and then Thunder then later got sold again. Because and then to Richards Bay. That's called Richards Bay today.
Yes. Oh.
Yes.
Oh snap! Okay, I didn't know.
So then they moved up north to Richards Bay.
How did you end up Sabia now? Red
Star Belgrade.
Like now Sabia, this is the guy that's never. Oh, you traveled a lot, obviously, with School of Excellence.
Yeah.
Right. You already traveled and whatever. That was no brainer to you. Now you get a chance to go to Red Star. Like, how did they spot you?
Yeah, for the first time playing in a foreign country, how they spotted me was also because of Johan Eriksson, who is the son of the late Sven Goran Eriksson.
Yeah.
He's got his European connections, you know, and then he organized the deal for me to go to Crvena Zvezda, which is called Red Star. And I hit the ground running immediately when I got there. And then 6 months later, I got sold to FC 20.
This guy. How was the culture shock from Mtwanetswa Mkukung, and okay, now it's behind and whatever. Now Sabia is cold, right?
Crazy.
Culture shock.
Just everything was just different. The weather, the culture, the way of life, everything about it. It was just crazy. But you know, the strong character that I have, I managed, you know, first time seeing snow, first time being in a country where it snows a lot. I managed. Also the type of aggressive people that they are. They're very aggressive.
Yeah.
And they also tell you straight.
They're street talkers.
Straight talkers. You are an international, you need to double your efforts. Straight, you internationally double your efforts.
So, I tell people, bro, like a lot of people don't understand that Europeans, before they sign somebody from outside, you need to be better than the local. Have.
Yes, you need to be better than the local. Period. That's how it is. They put it up straight, because we brought you in, and in international, you have to be better than the local. So you have to double your efforts. And because of the type of person I am and the type of character I had, I did it. You know, I doubled my efforts. I gave the club my best, and I got the eye of 20 immediately within 6 months.
This guy.
That's
That's how talented you were. And you get to 20, you win the champion, like you win like the championship with these guys. Were you playing regularly? Like, you know, were you?
I wasn't playing regularly at that time, but I was competing with Brian Ruiz. Brian Ruiz, he a Costa Rican international. He actually represented Costa Rica in the last World Cup as a captain.
As a striker?
As a winger.
You were playing what? As a left winger, right winger?
As a right winger, you know, with my left foot cutting.
You played as a winger?
I played as a winger, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I had to compete with Brian Ruiz, who was actually a top goal scorer that year when we won the league. So I had to compete with him on the right, and then sometimes on the left winger with Miroslav Stoch. Miroslav Stoch.
Who's that?
Miroslav Stoch, he was a Chelsea. He was a Chelsea first team player that got loaned to us.
Yeah. And
then later on, he got sold to Fenerbahce, and he had a great successful career at Fenerbahce. He even won the Puskas Award, scoring for Fenerbahce from a corner, doing the Paul Scholes corner. So I had to compete.
Yeah?
Yes. The volley. So I had to compete with two great players, you know, and but I actually got respectful, usual normal game time as well. And I believe that I contributed a lot, you know, in terms of the success the club had. Yes, and then a year later, because the club has invested so much in players, you know.
No money now.
Yeah, so now the money, they need to cut the budget. And then, so I was unfortunately one of the players because I'm an international. So
they need to cut some of the guys.
So in international, you have to fall. You also fall automatically in a certain bracket. And so then now a lot of us got to cut most got sold. You know, in Holland, if you just play good 6 months, you get sold immediately.
Yeah.
So half of the team got sold, and then and unfortunately, I was one of the guys that got to be
sold,
got to be offloaded. Yes.
So they pay you out. Let me hear this offloading thing. This offloading thing, they pay you out some of the salary, or they just cut you out like.
I first went on loan. I first went on loan to Greece.
Yeah.
To a team called Panserikos.
Yeah.
They were also fighting relegation. You know, they are based 1 hour from the second biggest city in Greece, which is Thessaloniki, in a small town called Serras. So we were based there, and we were also facing relegation at that time. And I came in and I actually played all the positions. That's where I got to realize that I'm versatile. I played left back, midfield. You know, I had to help the team in a lot of ways.
Left back, Baba.
Left back.
Hold up.
I had to help
know you can play like a lot of forward positions. Left back.
Left back, just.
For real.
Being shy pace.
Shy part, you know.
Shy timing, not bad.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Timing.
All right.
Yes. So then, unfortunately, the team got relegated. And then I went back to FC 20 after my loan spell. And then they just said, no, we cannot afford you anymore because the club was going to a transitional phase at that time. And then Kaizer Chiefs came knocking. And then I said, Ish.
Swedish team as well? Which Swedish team is this?
I went on trial at Malmo FF, ex-club of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I went on trial there before I went to Red Star.
Oh.
So I went on trial at Malmo FF.
Damn, that's like 2 years before that. You went for trial, so obviously you went to Red Star.
It was 6 months before I made the transfer to Red Star. It was 6 months prior to that. Yes. Okay. I went in the summer on the off season for trial at Malmo FF. And then I made the transfer to Serbia.
Yeah.
In January, 6 months later.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's obviously they still closed because it's winter outside. It's crazy. You can't play football.
So it was crazy. So I had to join the team in Cyprus. So they had their mid-season break in Cyprus.
It's crazy
so I had to join them.
It's too cold.
It was
so
too
like
cold.
Now they come back, they want you, and Chiefs also want you. Why?
Yes,
Why
just
Chiefs?
Just that before I even went to
This guy.
Serbia.
So that was before.
Before I even went to Serbia.
Chiefs was knocking.
I was at the village. I had a tour. Bobby Mtaun gave me a tour.
Oh, snap, I didn't know that.
Yes, Coach Mushin Etograu said he wanted me, so I was there. Then Bobby gave me a tour, the whole tour, everything, whatever. Then when I went back to Durban, because Tanda was based in Durban, then I went back to Durban. Then I, just to be told, to say, hey,
snap.
Let's put the Chiefs
No
on
ways.
hold.
I didn't know that.
Yes, let's put the Chiefs move on hold, and then you go to to Red Star, And Coach Mushin actually did say in my book, because he also gave a contribution to my book. He also said it in my book to say, if you would have had me at that time, I would have made a big difference in the team.
Aye, but like, by then you know that I think he was lying to you, because that Kaizer Chiefs team was the chaser. He was gonna play as a 10. Now you were playing more as a what? As a 10.
Yes, he was gonna play me as a 10.
Yeah.
I think at that time it was Sebengon Kosi.
Yeah, it's a 10. Yeah,
but Sebengon Kosi got sold to
Germany.
To Germany.
Oh.
And then coach tried Zuke.
And he couldn't be. Yeah, that's a difficult position.
Yeah, he tried Zuke, and I don't know who was after that. After Zuke, I don't know who was it.
That position is difficult, and people don't realize how much time on the ball you have.
Yeah, you don't have time on the ball. You're always in traffic.
You made it look so easy, though.
You're always in traffic. Just okay, let's make things clear on the show. Izinja zeGame.
Yeah.
Let's make it clear.
I like that, boy. I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Let's make it clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
My whole career, I did not play as a striker. My whole career. I think number 10.
Number 10.
And as a winger.
Yes. I tell people
just because I score a lot of goals.
You are not a striker.
Manje,
he was never a target 9. Like he was never ever. People don't know that.
People don't know that.
I'm like, this guy was always in those loopholes, those pockets most exactly. And every time 2-3 touches. 10 like quickly. It's crazy, bro. Like people don't realize how important that position is.
Exactly.
So why Chiefs, bro? Like, was it because you were there before, now the Swedish team comes and you're like, nah, Chiefs?
Oh yes, as a home, you always wanted to play for a big team. You always wanted to play for a big team.
You overseas?
Yeah, I'm overseas. And I also went for a trial. Just that a story is not
this
finished.
Guy. Yeah,
we're going to sit here for how long
whoa. So was another trial right in there. Where?
Right in there, Justa. So then, growing up, the family was supporting Chiefs, and when Chiefs came knocking, I said, why not? But then, before I came to Chiefs, then I went on trial again at Leicester City.
No.
At Leicester City. They were in the championship at that time, under the leadership of Sven-Goran Eriksson, saying, no, come. We always want a player that can
play that 10.
Yes, that can run off. Because, championship is direct football.
Yeah.
And they had this tall striker who used to just flick balls. So I just have to run off the flicks. So I came, I did well. We even went and played a reserve league game against Aston Villa at Villa Park. That game. I just stood next to Robert Pires. Robert Pires went from Arsenal to Aston Villa, and I stood next to Robert Pires. But then I did well. I was inspired. I did well. We drew that game 1-1, and then Sven said, "Now he wants me," and then negotiations took place. And then the next thing, I just got a call and said, "No, the club says they want to fight for promotion." So they're taking Yakubu. Yakubu had a fallout at Blackburn with Sam Allardyce.
The big boy up front.
Yeah.
Now they want the target man.
Yes. So now they wanted to play now with 2 target men. I think maybe at 2 strikers at that time. So when Yakubu had a fallout with Sam Allardyce at Blackburn, he made his lone move to Leicester. And
They picked him and
they picked him and they left me because I was also on a certain package as well, because I wanted to have that same package that I was earning in Holland at Leicester.
Or you wanted more or less the same or more, not less than that?
The same, yes. But then I think because of that they opted for cheaper. A more experience.
Yeah, experience and cheaper.
Yes. No, maybe not cheaper. Yakubu was crazy.
Was even bigger, yeah. It was even bigger, right?
Yes, it was even bigger. So I think maybe they went for more experience, in terms of money value. And yes, and then 2 seasons after that, Leicester City gained a promotion. Imagine just that. Then I came back to Chiefs. I was like, I won't go for another trial because of my stint that I had in Greece with Panathinaikos. Going back to a small team, finding your feet, you have to do a lot, and I want growth. I wanted to go at least to an established team. So that was a bit difficult also. So it was talks here, talks there, need to go there. And then when Chiefs came, I said, why not? Let me come back home.
Remember your first game?
Yeah, first game, Derby.
What, you came back at Derby, Baba?
At Derby. You were there, Josta. Yeah. You were there, and I even scored that free kick. You remember the free kick?
But I played a lot of games. I don't remember. You scored a lot of free kicks.
But
you scored a lot of free kicks with
but this. It was a Derby.
With that deep every time. So how was it, dog? The first time, how was it? How was that? I mean, you played in Europe at the highest level. You comparing Kaizer Chiefs Pirates, 94,000 fans. I could imagine that was filled up stadium then.
Yeah.
I know the stadium when we played, it was always packed.
Yes.
Comparing it with where you come from in Europe, how's the atmosphere?
Oh, I think it was crazy. The atmosphere, I think it was second to the World Cup, because remember, I played the World Cup, and in the year after the World Cup, I came to Chiefs.
Yeah. And
that atmosphere was just something else. It's a feeling that you can't describe,
Crazy.
unless when you're in it. That's why even the fans, they will solely say you for Derby tickets. But it's a crazy feeling. Yeah. That adrenaline is just something else. Then, it was the first Carling Cup as well. Chiefs and Pirates.
Oh, yes,
the voting Carling Cup. First Chiefs and Pirates under leadership.
There's no excuse.
For sure.
That was crazy. Crazy. I remember that game when people had to vote for players to be in the starting lineup.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you start?
I started.
Oh, the fans liked you.
Sorry, I came on as a sub. Sorry.
What, they didn't vote for you?
I came on as a sub. No, I was voted for the first sub.
You have to vote for
you have to vote for your first sub halftime. So I was voted as the first sub. And that same year, Benny McCarthy joined Pirates, if you could remember. That same year, so we were
when they won the league.
Yes, so it was that same year we came back to South Africa, and I scored a free kick against Monip Josephs.
Is that the game we lost?
It's the game we lost.
When Benny scored.
When Benny scored, yes, it was. No, the derby was a draw. The Carling Cup was a draw.
Yeah.
And then we lost both our league matches, our derby league matches, 3-1 and 3-1, where Benny scored the brace. Yes. So that was my first time I joined Chiefs.
Yeah.
My first debut was when I scored.
With the free kick.
My last game, it was a free kick. With a free kick. My last game for Chiefs, same stadium, FNB, playing against Swallows. Last goal for Chiefs, free kick.
What, right foot, left foot?
Same foot, right foot.
Right foot. He's not right-footed, by the way, he's left-footed. But
sure.
He told you how he was training. Like, I hope you're teaching your young ones to do that. Or maybe the young ones that are watching, I hope you've taken that advice and that you're just hitting that ball on the wall most of the time. Donas, back-to-back league titles with Kaizer Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with I think one of the best coaches I've ever worked with as well. How was it just working with that old man and just winning the back-to-back titles with Kaizer Chiefs as well? How was that?
Sure. That was crazy. You know, those are those moments that you will cherish for the rest of your life. Even tell your grandkids about it. It was absolutely phenomenal. You know, I think that time the club hasn't won the league in 8 years, but they did pick up here and there trophies, you know, like the Telkom Cup and all that under leadership of
everything else.
Everything else, but they didn't win the league after 8 years. And then I think it was also how Coach Stewart assembled the squad. He had with his experience, he knew how to make a good team, you know, and he brought in Tepo. He brought in I was already there with you. Yes, I was already there with you.
Tepo.
He brought in Tepo, he brought Pa, he brought
there's a lot that came
Nkata. Kingston
Killer
Nkata.
came through.
Killer only came later in the second league title. Killer wasn't there in the first league title. He only came in the second league title. And then because we had such I wouldn't say with such good internationals, I would say, because Morgan Gold was a Bafana international. Kune was Bafana international. Pa was a Bafana international. Tepo was Bafana international. Myself, and then Katsane was a Zimbabwean international. Katsane's signing, we were like,
who's this guy?
Who is this guy?
Who's this guy?
He wasn't even playing at Ajax.
Yes.
He wasn't even playing at Ajax.
Yeah, he was not playing. Come to think about it. He was not even making the team at all.
Exactly.
Came to training, he started bulldozing in Ngomash.
Yes. And then the coach realized.
He was like, you got somebody.
Yeah, you got somebody.
Remember when he pushed Ngomash in?
For sure.
Like, this guy,
who is this guy? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes. And then, you know, he blended in the young players, you know, like Masango, Libesi, you know, he blended them in nicely, you know, and it was crazy. It was crazy.
Crazy that season.
And you know what the good thing about it, we had a small squad. We were only like 26 players. So coach could manage all of us, you know.
He never used to change a lot of players.
He never used to change. And he kept us on our toes.
If you're winning, if you're winning and you're doing well, he's not going to change you.
Yes, true.
You have to fight for your place.
Yeah. And he was a great motivator. He was a great motivator.
Crazy. Like that guy, even if I couldn't fly, he would make me think that I could fly.
Exactly.
Somebody like that. You had like, you know, Shaba, you had crazy.
Yeah.
That team was just crazy. And you win the golden boot.
Yeah.
Bruh, like you come back to Kaizer Chiefs, now you start doing stuff. How did that happen? How was that feel?
Sure. Yeah. Now, before we get to that, just the national team, because we have to talk about national team as well.
Yeah, it's coming.
Bafana's doing great.
Yeah.
The national team, the village was empty when it was FIFA weekend.
Yes.
The village was empty. It was.
You guys left. You went to Brazil or something. I don't know. You guys.
Like 10 of us in the national team. Yeah, you know, South African national team. Then you've got
Zimbabwe. Knowledge Msona was there. All those guys.
Yes, all the guys. So we had a good mix of senior and young, but they were all internationals. You know, it was the good thing about it, that we were well balanced as well. And then when I now hit the ground running by becoming the top goal scorer, things were just made easier for me. I would say, you know, because everybody just performed in their role, you know, effectively, you know, and things were just made easier for me. And I played behind Knowledge Masona. You know, firstly, I played behind Stembis Ngobo. Then I played behind Knowledge Masona. Then I played behind Kingston and Carter.
Yeah.
And then later on, I played behind Itlogonolo Majoro.
Yeah.
So even though I played every season, there was a change.
So you always had somebody changing in front of you.
In front of me.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was always a change in front of me. But the good thing about it is that I kept a consistent scoring form. Reason why is that I got to make sure that I understand my player that's in front of me, you know. And how I got to understand that is that if they move the defenders away, I just automatically sneak in or slot in, and the next thing, most of my goals, it's just like one touch finish.
How you like I said, every time, just let it roll, and you hardly see strikers that know how to like kind of like let the ball roll with them and just turn with it without even touching
it. Exactly. That splits second.
The pass of the ball as well, seeing that run, seeing that hold.
Correct. That instinct, correct. But the huge contribution to that, Josta, when I was at 20, Patrick Kluivert was doing his coaching badges at his UEFA coaching badges. And then when he came to Holland, he did his hours there with us at FC20. So after training, when we do extra training, Patrick Kluivert will show us how to make contact with the ball. The ball can come anyhow. It's what technique you have to apply. Anyhow, if it comes wobbly, if it comes slow, if it comes fast, you had to like use apply the technique according to the ball. So if it comes slow, it's a quick quick swing of the leg.
Yeah.
If it comes fast, it's a guide. You just
guide it. Yeah.
Yes.
Hard crossing, guide it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it comes wobbly like that, depending on where the defender is. If it comes wobbly like that, if you have to make two touch, you just make sure that you put it on either shoulder of the defender, and then you score. If it comes also with a cross, if it comes with speed, just guide it.
Oh,
yes. And if it comes slowly, then you can use your neck muscles to give it more power. Yes. So I got to understand that, Josta, if you can play my goals on the show as well, how type of technique that I used at that instinct at that time. So I got to learn that from Patrick Kluivert. So after every session, he used to do finishing with us. That's why we end up winning the league. That's why we end up winning the league, because we scored so many goals. So in games where we conceded, actually us scoring goals helped us because of his contribution in the final third.
Dude, like how old are you then? Now you learning this thing?
22 at that time.
22. Are you teaching the young ones what you've just told me now? Let's start there. Are you teaching the young ones what you just told me?
Definitely. I'm teaching the young ones here at Galaxy. And my top goal scorer with 10 goals is actually a number 10. And he is third on the DDC league, on the DDC lock now. And my wingers are scoring goals because I'm telling my wingers that the modern game is that wingers must think like strikers. You have to think like a striker. If one winger on the one side is busy with the attack, you need to tuck in from that side. Yes.
Yeah.
So we have scored in each and every game. Out of the 12 games, the 13 games that we've played thus far, there's only one game where it was 0-0 where we didn't score. It was our last game against Polokwane City. We scored in every game. So I am teaching them also how to be effective, and also how to use your to take your opportunity in the last third as well. So I am doing that, and I hope that I would be able to get the next Bernard Parker.
Half a chance is a goal to you.
Yes.
That's the mentality they have.
Yeah, exactly. Take that opportunity.
So you leave Amakosi after 11 years of you saving them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you now, you played 350 games for them, right? Mm-hmm. And you end up as one of the PSL leading goal scorer with 62 goals.
Mm-hmm.
PSL era. 62 goals.
Yeah.
Right? 40 assists.
Sure.
I never thought they watched that, because I thought South Africa would never care about assists.
Because
some of us who used to put in those crosses, we never got credited with those things. Do you consider yourselves a Kaizer Chiefs legend or 20? Since you know that you've won the league with them.
I consider myself, just not to brag about it. I consider myself a legend overall. National team, Kaizer Chiefs, and at FC20. But most importantly, at Kaizer Chiefs, there is not so many players, just that you know it as well. You can even count on your fingers that can spend more than 10 years at Kaizer Chiefs or at Orlando Pirates
Yeah.
or at the
Sundowns,
Sundowns
yeah.
for matter of that
Yeah.
fact, and consistently so as well. Also, a lot of history as
Yeah.
well. You mentioned the derbies, the 30 derbies. You mentioned the number of appearances. You mentioned the all-time goal scorer
All
as
time
well.
was sort of PSL era.
Exactly. And uh, mentioned that I was under the leadership of Gavin and captaining the team through the Champions League until the final, where unfortunately we lost it in the final. So it is also one of a success, I would say, an individual success I also had at the club. Scored the winning goal in the Nedbank Cup. You were there winning the Nedbank Cup, the winning goal and only goal,
Yeah.
winning the Nedbank Cup. Also making the assist for us in the MTN 8 with Tefu Mashe
Header.
header.
That was your cross, a free kick.
Yeah, side free kick.
Yeah, yeah.
Side free kick.
I was sitting in the stands by the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that season I didn't play a lot.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
Yeah, yes. So I would say with my time there and with the success that I had with the club, I was involved in everybody, in everything. I was instrumental. That's the word. I was instrumental in everything. So I would say, by right, you can give me that title of a legend.
So he's scared of saying it, but I think he is a he is a Kaizer Chiefs legend. So let's talk about TX Galaxy.
Yeah.
How would you sum up the final 2 years of your TX Galaxy's career?
Wow, just that that not a lot of us that in the final years of your career that you got to enjoy yourself. Not a lot of us.
So for once now you like
Yes,
eased up,
no pressure.
no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, no expectations. And it's just now how the club embraced me as well. Was phenomenal. And the players as well, and they look at me as a role model. So I was just being free. I was just being free, supportive, and assisting the club in the best way I could. I was just enjoying myself, enjoying my game, and I played most of the minutes as well. And playing as a six. Imagine just that.
I
Playing
also you as a six. I'm like, when did this guy start playing as a six? I was like, what happened, bro? Like, was the guy I know you was your friend? What the hell happened for him to put you as a six?
Leadership, Baba.
Kicking
Leadership.
people as well.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that Zungu tackle, bro. Like, did you guys end up resolving that thing, Tonas? How did that make you feel though?
It was terrible, man. It was terrible, horrible, actually. Not good for football, for the sport. But prior to that, I enjoyed myself. I played most of the games, with the leadership, with just making sure that I guide the boys around me as well. And those were one of it was also one of my best time in terms of enjoying my game.
Yeah.
And then this unfortunate injury happened, and when this unfortunate injury happened, how the person can react after this, what happened. I wouldn't say it was intentional or not or whatever, but you can see somebody's laying down and his leg is going like this, and you still want to defend yourself. And it was live on TV as well. The whole country saw that. It was a live match. The whole country saw that. And then after, not even coming to see me or to reach out or anything about that. And also what made me sad about it is what his coach also never reached out also.
For real?
As well, and I have I am a thing type of person. I am a easy type of guy. I could have easily went onto media and make,
Yeah, that's not you.
you know, that's not me. I could have easily went onto media and make this thing big, you know. Maybe even I would have taken legal action.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I
And
could
people
have even
forget
taken
that there
legal.
is that as well.
There is that as well.
Yeah, I mean,
could have
you're
even
messing
taken,
up my career.
exactly.
Yeah.
I
We're
could
not
have
saying anybody did anything, but I'm saying,
yeah,
legal way, but you
Yeah.
chose to say it's
Yes.
part of the game. It's the nature of the game.
Yeah, because that's not me. This is the type of person I am, and what is not in my control, God will control. And since ever then, nothing happened. Nothing happened.
So you just
Haven't seen nothing. Whatever. But my life went on, man. My life
people
went
always,
on.
people. That's one of the questions
Life
that when
goes
they
on,
ask,
man.
like
Yeah.
ask him about this, and I'm like, okay, that's a sensitive one, but I gotta bring. See
Yeah.
how I even brought it out,
Sure.
But it's great that you've recovered. It's great that now you're giving back to the
Mhm.
youngies and whatever. Let's forget about the bad side. Let's talk about the good side. 72 caps for Bafana,
Sure.
right? 23 goals. Bruh. Obviously, you're amongst the 10 best scoring players for Bafana with 23 goals. Almost 100 caps. How does that make you feel? I mean, okay, now we know that you're a South African legend. I don't know who says what. I know there was a fight about Jabu not being a legend of Kaizer Chiefs with Linda Buthelezi and all of that.
Yeah.
If anybody has doubts, they just have to look at the stats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how does that make you feel, bro?
Oh, just it makes me feel great, And as I said earlier on, stats don't lie.
Yeah.
And representing my country proudly, on a big stage, on an international stage, and proudly making a great contribution to South African football, I would say, because that's the level where I was at, making a great contribution to South African football. I think if I would have stayed in longer, if after there was this whole what should we call it, with the rebuild of the national team, if I would have still been in it, I think I'm just 10 goals behind Benny McCarthy, and 10 goals with an international career, with a national career. 10 goals you can get within a year or year and a half.
4 years.
And I was still playing at that time.
Yeah.
And if I think I would have been called up because of my stats.
Yeah.
I think I would have surpassed Benny McCarthy's record.
You think? That's your boy, by the way, right? That's your boy, né?
I'll tell you that that's your boy. I believed in myself.
He's your idol. He's your idol. So you wanted to beat your own idol, bro?
I wanted to beat my idol. And he even said it to me. He even contributed to my book as well. And he said it to me. The only person that can surpass my record was Bernard Parker. And
he said it straight up.
He said it straight up. You can see in my book as well. And even he can even tell you in person when you get to meet with him as well. And if I would have stayed on, I would have surpassed it, because I know. I even said to myself, before I leave Chiefs, I'm going to become an all-time scorer, and I did it. So before I would have not been called for national, if I would have, while I had still had my legs at that time, I think it was 33, 32 at that time. I still had a lot of legs in me, I could have.
You could feel it.
I could feel it. I can go and surpass Benny McCarthy's record. And then I get to represent Bafana at the World Cup, like FIFA Confederations Cup, before the World Cup, then at the World Cup, and also just one historic game that we played at the iconic FNB Stadium. Spain came to visit us after their world tour, after winning the World Cup.
Winning gold.
Yes. We made history. We beat a strong Spain. Strong Spain.
Xavi,
Iniesta, Ramos, Santi Cazorla.
They can't say they were playing a friendly.
Villa.
There was no friendly there.
No, that friendly was FIFA recognized.
Yeah.
So it is what do we call it? An official international friendly. Yeah. Exactly. And I scored the winning goal.
Let me remind you the other winning goals. Right? Do you remember all you? I forgot most of my games. I don't know if you remember yours, right? So you scored a winning goal against Ghana.
Yeah.
You scored a winning goal against Cameroon.
Mm,
You scored a winning goal against Mali.
sure.
So Spain, that's just an ice on the cake.
That is just an ice on
Which
the
one
cake.
is the best? Which one would you say is the most memorable goal that you still tell people about it? I guess it's the Spain one because you just told me about the Spain. You scoring the winning goal against Spain,
The winning goal
beating
against
them. Obviously, that was
beating
one of
them.
the best
Exactly.
team in the world by then.
By then, and it's the only goal and winning goal at the same time. Just I think you forgot one goal.
Which one?
My debut for
Okay.
Bafana.
Which game was that?
It was against Malawi.
This guy.
It was Kosafa against Malawi. It's my debut.
Okay.
So on my debut, I scored the header.
Header.
A header. First ball.
No,
first
okay,
ball.
I know you can. Yeah, you can score
First
with the
ball.
header.
Yes,
Yeah.
a header. Teko Modises corner, and I scored a header. My debut, I scored for Bafana, and from there on, yes, and it was the only winning goal also against Malawi. That was also the winning goal.
Were you like Villagaz go Pirates when he scored the first goal? Nobody scores after him.
Afterward, yes.
were you that type of guy as well?
I was that type of guy.
Yeah?
I was that type of guy,
Yeah.
just and then there was another winning goal against Poland when we played them in Rustenburg. At the what's the stadium there?
Sisakwa Rustenburg, I see it. Does it still exist?
Yes, the stadium is very much there.
Yeah.
The Nedbank Cup final was there.
Yeah.
2 seasons ago with Moromo and Sundowns. The Royal Bafokeng.
Yeah.
Yes, the Royal Bafokeng has scored a winning goal there as well against Denmark. So there's a lot of winning
goals.
Whoa,
like even Denmark.
Denmark.
Okay.
There's a lot of winning goals. And then also I was top goal scorer for the Chain tournament held here in South Africa. The Chain tournament. I was a top goal scorer.
So I missed out on it. So what else, bro?
I won
what
the
else?
Powerhouse. I won
what else?
The Powerhouse boot. Yeah. Yes.
You got 3 minutes before the cameras even shut off because we just been talking forever.
For sure, bro.
So which one would you choose? Which one is the most memorable goal that you've ever scored?
Definitely that Spain one, just definitely.
Because Ramos.
Victor Valdez.
Victor
Valdez. Yeah.
One of the best then.
Yeah, one of the best then. But it was second half. Ramos was substituted and then it was PK. Tall PK, short Parker.
How was it playing against that guy, bro? That guy was a beast.
That guy was a beast. He was a beast, total beast. But good memories, bro.
Good memories. Let's the current Bafana squad against Hugo Bruce. Like, would you have loved playing under Hugo Bruce? And what do you think about the squad right now under Hugo?
Yes, definitely. I would. Today, I think Coach Hugo Bruce transformed the mentality, not only the talent that we have. He transformed the mentality of the players that come to the national team, because players that performs there at the national team and then they come back to their clubs, you can see there's a little bit of difference just because of the mentality that Coach Hugo Bruce instilled in them, and that has been a huge plus. And if I would have still been playing, I would love to play under the leadership of him, especially alongside one player that I admire a lot in terms of his tenacity in the field of play. It's Mukwena.
Workhorse.
Yeah.
Such a midfielder that can score goals, hard work in the midfield.
Yeah.
Why do you like him so much?
Because he's effective. I like players that are effective, that affect the game.
Yeah.
He is on he's just on another level. He also gives you that Hlompo Kekana vibes as well. Holding midfielders that score goals, being so effective, that is the type of players I admire. You not only play, in terms of looking good or in terms of just playing for playing, but you being effective in terms of scoring goal. And he's the modern
six.
The modern six. Yeah. You can see the modern six just won a ball and door.
Yeah.
you know. So
It's Rodri, right? The Man
Rodri,
City, yeah.
yes,
What a player!
yes.
I mean, it's
Rodri.
a player that he's a six, but he's on the arc of the opponent's half.
And then if the ball surpasses him, you makes a tackle in his
Yeah,
own
yeah.
box on the other
Crazy,
end
bro.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You see, that's the craziness of today's football, of the game of today. And yeah, that's just me.
Okay, I got the last question, bro. The last question, we done. So we've got the reader's question. This person has won your jersey that you're gonna sign, right?
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully he's gonna sell this jersey later in 10 years. So the question is, so the guy's name is Mfundo Mahlang.
Okay.
Yeah. He says, what is the meaning behind your iconic goal celebration? You did explain later.
I did
want
explain
you
it. Yes.
Okay. Best player you played with
Uh-huh.
and the toughest defender you faced.
Sure. If I had to mention now the best player I played with, a lot of people would be upset with me. Just
Let me hear this, bro. I'm listening.
Hey, Mr. Matlangu. This is a hot one. I'm getting hot flashes now. Best player that I played with, I'd say Benny McCarthy. It's the best player that I played with because he was my best player at childhood. And it was my dream to play alongside him. And then I reached my dream to play alongside him. So apart from all the other greats, he is my best player I played with.
Best defender that has kicked your ass like most of the time that you hated playing against.
Yo.
Who's this guy? I want to hear this one.
Nduna. Nduna.
Who's Nduna?
You don't know Nduna?
No.
Hey.
Who's that?
Sebonga Sangweni.
Oh, this guy. No, that guy is robust. For real, what were you scared of him? Or you just hated playing against him because he was a robust type of player?
I just hated playing against him because he would make his presence felt from the first whistle. So as the game starts, the ball can be in my half. We're not a part of the play, and then he'll give you one in the back. Already, he'll give you one in the back, or he'll just tell you straight, talk into your ear and tell you straight, hey Ntwana, namhlanje uyenze nyaka lakho la zokushaya blah blah blah. Automatically he instills fear. He instills fear in you immediately.
Old school way.
That's the old school way. And then I just started being versatile and just avoid him most of the time, and then it worked. But then every time I come across him, I'm
gonna ask him when he comes here, like, why did he like to kick you so much? But that's the old way of like intimidation. Like most of the old players used to do that a lot. Yeah. Give me your best five five-a-side teammates that you play against my five-a-side. Your best 5 players that you play against my 5.
Sure. Okay. In goal, it would be Tumelen Kune. And then at the back, I will have Tepuma Silela with Nassif Morris. And then there's 3 more.
Yeah, 3 more.
Give me 3 more, it's fine. Yeah. 3 more.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will have then I will have John Shoes Moshweo. Yeah. Then I will have Jeris Kosana. And this then that is a crazy team. And then I will have the last one. I will have some flavor there in the midfield, Junaid Atli.
Ooh. Bro, that's it. Like, like, Pete, thanks for coming through, bro. Like, I'm done. Like, before I get into trouble, like, thanks for coming through.
But you haven't mentioned your 5.
No, my 5 doesn't matter. I wanted to hear your 5. People wanted to hear your 5. Thanks for coming through, bro. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, bro.
Sharing your stories with us. And I'm sure that people are going to love your story. Keep on doing the best job that you're doing with the youngies there at TX Galaxy. And look after those kids, bro. And I enjoyed the stories. Guys, that's it for us. First episode of season 3 is done. Like, the stories, like I said, we're going to be bringing you guys like crazy stories. And you know where you can find us? You You can find us at like mtnfc.co.za, where you can win yourself some few prizes there and there, you know, maybe get a few tips as well. And you can also find us at Spotify, Apple Music as well. That's where you can find us. And this show wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for your support, Buffett. We really appreciate your support. Keep on supporting us. And you can also go find us on YouTube. We out.